So how long has it been since you've been back here?
Well, my Uncle Mike had hair the last time I was in town. I don't know, it's been at least 10 years.
It's been great seeing you again. Thanks a lot for setting up this time for us to go over the old times.
Thank you, Mr. Joe, for getting up so early. Sorry this was the only free time I had before my cousins come in for the reunion. But I wanted to make sure that I saw you because I wanted to give you something before I left town.
What's this? Embarrassing photos of me?
Well, Mr. Joe, you do remember the three-legged race you ran with Mr. Lester, don't you?
Yeah. We had a lot of good times in Awana, didn't we?
Oh, we sure did. Anyway, my church is presenting a series on the importance of leaving a spiritual legacy. And it got me thinking about the first time I heard about the gospel at my first night at Awana Club.
You still remember your first night at Awana?
I sure do.
Wow.
And I remember that it almost didn't happen.
Really? What do you mean?
I mean, I didn't know anything about Awana. I'd never even stepped in a church before. And I only went that night because Tim said I could ride in his dad's station wagon with the cool rear-facing seat.
Oh, that old thing. Well, I had to drive that vehicle. It's the only vehicle I had that I could put one more kid in.
But I've been thinking a lot about that night lately. You remember, I didn't come from a Christian home, and the only thing I ever knew about God or Jesus was what my dad screamed at my mom.
Yeah, that was really tough for you.
But that was the first time I ever heard what God's plan of salvation was all about. Before then, I thought good people went to heaven and bad people went to hell. I figured I wasn't that bad.
Now that you mention it, I do remember your first night at Club Mart. We talked afterwards. Some kids got it, some didn't. But you, I don't think I ever met a brand new clubber who understood his need for a savior as quickly as you did.
Because of you, Joe, that night changed my life.
Why would you say that? How do you mean?
I mean, the time you spent with me in club before Mom and I moved away really showed me that God loved me and had a plan for me. I don't know what my life would have been like if you hadn't made room for me in the back of that rusty old station wagon.
Wow. I guess I never thought of it like that before.
And you see, Joe, whether you realize it or not, your influence has rippled out farther than you will ever know.
I appreciate the kind words, but look at you. God is using you to lead an Awana program in your own church.
Well, being a commander isn't as easy as it looks. Anyway, I need to get to Uncle Mike's for the reunion. I just wanted to make sure that while I was here, I gave you this. Because you made room for me, this is part of your legacy.
Oh. This is wonderful.